All right, everybody. It is still Friday night. I got Mr. Skip Jr. Campbell, local singer-songwriter from my fair city. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, Joe.
Fucking right. You look great. That's what it is.
You look great too.
Thanks, man. So you just put out your new EP?
I did. Yeah.
You every album you do blows my mind differently.
Well, I appreciate it, Joe.
So that's
a few unnatural occurrences.
That's right. A few unnatural
is title.
That's right. And how did you come up with that title?
The album is kind of based off some experience I had this summer just by myself in the backyard at night. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. But that's it's very personal. But obviously written to kind of grasp the minds of everybody. But there's some deep thoughts in there and some magical thoughts and
magical thoughts. There you go. That's cool, man. And now, I like your approach when we were talking about how you put it all together. It's like you got your guitar, but you do a lot of it on your with synths and everything like that.
Yeah. So I write, mostly everything on guitar and kind of build it from there. It's really the writing process is hand in hand with the recording process. Yeah. I write as I record, and I'm sure a lot of other cats do the same thing. But yeah.
That's true. So you write, record, and you're ready to go type thing.
Yeah. Basically, I write it. It's written on guitar, and then once I lay that track down, whether I put some drums in first or whether I'm using drums or not, but everything's done by me, and that's that process. I mean, the lyrics and the guitar riffs are written before I start recording.
Right.
I also had Tony Anthony Rodway from the band Dream Creeps, another local Regina band, playing some guitar on the first track there, August Moon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's that lead guitar. He's kind of my thought of it is Tony basically plays the role of the moon in the song. So
I like that. What are those guys up to these days?
They're working on a new record. Obviously, we're in COVID times still. Not a lot of shows and stuff going on. We're turning down a lot of shows just because, it's tough to make that decision to put on a show like that and be that band that goes and gets a bunch of people out, and we don't want to be like that. So we're using this time. Everybody's using this time for the most part to write and record and make new material. I mean, and you should be.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like this crazy fucking renaissance or some shit, man. There'll just be like 10,000 albums coming out next year.
Yeah.
Or in a month.
For real, man. It's crazy times. I'm looking forward to it. I love new music. I love staying on top of new music. And, there's a ton of music coming out as it is, like right now. I mean, that's the great thing as well, is that, a lot of bands that are recording right now, they also have time to release it.
Yeah.
The recording processes take a long time because of shows and stuff that's in between. But with nothing going on in between, it's easy to record and release.
Truth, yeah, and that's one thing I've heard from some of the bigger guys that I've got on here is that it's like you record this album, then you have your tour cycle, then you record again, and this and that. So it's hard. What they're struggling with is that adjustment of not having a tour cycle. So
yeah,
what do you do?
Absolutely.
What do you do with the fucking?
I mean, that's your money,
right?
Yeah,
it's tough. But it's awesome. It's more sustainable for the independent guys to just have this time to write stuff and build up the discography, and away you go.
Absolutely.
Have you thought about doing, like everybody seems to be doing, the live stream shit these days? Have you
thought about it? There's a process with it. We've kind of been looking into it sort of, over the winter, see what kind of happens this second wave, if it comes, if it goes, who knows? But yeah, we are looking into, proper cameras and proper audio and stuff to do it right. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the main thing. That's what it's gonna come down to. So
yeah,
that's an expense. You know, we're not loaded artists. So
not yet.
Yeah, that's right.
But hopefully after COVID blows over, you'll be on top of the world, man.
Hey, we'll see, man. You know, we're gonna make music. I'm gonna make music regardless. So I'm not gonna stop doing that.
You've been making music a long time now. I remember back in the day when you had, well, even I know you were probably going before Rough Trip, but Rough Trip was sweet.
Rough Trip was my first band.
Yeah,
first band.
Yeah. Do you remember what was your earliest memory of music? Like, what was some of the first shit you used to listen to that you were like, holy fuck, like I want to make music?
Oh,
do you
wow.
remember? There you
go. Grade 10, listening to the Meat Puppets was definitely one of those. Up on the Sun, the album Up on the Sun really changed things around for me. But there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, like I grew up in hip hop, you know, and so
that's right. You used to,
when I was, oh yeah, I still do, you know, just for fun. I mean, I have a lot of like tweener tracks on my EPs and stuff that I like to put in between, just kind of having there just as some.
Those ones you put on your Banana Medicine album are fantastic.
Nice. Yeah. Thanks, man.
What the fuck was the one? Something about a shark attack or something about sharks, or I can't, or Jaws.
Yeah. Sharkwave.
Sharkwave, that's it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That was good. A lot of people maybe that are listening don't know, but I took a couple of beats that you made and I put it on an album that one time.
You did, yeah. Those were cool. You guys did some cool shit with that.
That was fun.
Excuse my language. I don't know if
you can swear. You fucking do what you gotta do. That's fine.
All right, man.
I don't have anybody to fucking impress on this thing. Just myself. So
cool.
Good to go. My sponsors don't care.
Right on. Yeah. So, going back to that, I mean, like, you know, as I'm moving these kind of instrumental electronic songs become more and more important with my albums and these EPs. I mean, they're meant to tie that album together. They're meant to tie that concept together. Mm-hmm. Especially on another EP that I released from this year, Return of the Wolfman. Those were an important piece of that. I mean, they're all important pieces to every EP that I release, but that one really in a big way. I mean, you know, same with on a few Unnatural Occurrences, though. I mean, those tweeners, man, they tie the album together. They tie it together.
I love Lucid Meadow on that. I think that's my favorite track.
Nice. Yeah. It's that one's a weird one. You know, just I mean, they're all weird, but
I was gonna say, well, they're all kind of weird, dude. Like in a good way, though, not like, oh, that's fucking weird. I don't know.
Yeah, well, thank you. But yeah, obviously, you know, nothing that I write is really about anybody, or typically about a situation. You know, a lot of the stuff that I write is fiction stuff that I just kind of make up, and I enjoy writing fiction and things like that. So.
Do you find that's, I guess, is there a kind of a mix sometimes between like fiction and nonfiction, or do you prefer to just go completely?
Yeah, totally. I mean, you know, you use your life experiences with that kind of stuff as well, and it comes out. Whatever's written gets written, and you know, you got an idea for something, as Joe Strummer said, you know, write it down because it only makes sense in that moment.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's a good way to do it, buddy. Fuck yeah. So what's going on with the Venus Extraction? That's another good fucking project you're in.
The Venus Extraction. So that was, you know, obviously that was my alias before, you know, before I turned that into a band project and brought in AJ Brenneman and Dan Basayan, who just released a new album last night.
Is it a country album?
It is, yeah. It's very cool too. It's very good. I highly recommend listening to that. It's called No West for the Wicked.
No.
I'm plugging Daniel Basayan here. He's gonna be happy.
That's good. Hey, right on. Is that on all the streaming shit? I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's cool. And then Avery Strong Garcia, and we put that project together. We played, a ton of shows, a whole whack of shows over the course of 2 years, and we made Run Record. And AJ ended up taking a job with Doctors Without Borders. He's been overseas pretty much in and out for the last 2 years now too.
Holy
so,
shit. Wow.
Well, I guess last year and a half or so, but and so we've disbanded. Dan's actually moved back to Alberta. So we'll see what happens in the future with that. But the Venus Extraction is still a very real thing. It's kind of, the backbone of everything that I do, and in the spirit of the Venus Extraction. So we'll see if there's ever another Venus Extraction band record, but nothing in the works at the moment. So.
Fuck. So good.
You know what though? I got a lot of other stuff on the go, man. I mean, besides Venus Extraction, doing, working and figuring out new projects and things like that. There's exciting times in my world, that's for sure.
What are you working at these days? What do you got your hand?
So I've got a couple things that I'd rather not talk about, but
You don't have to.
some bigger like band projects that are kind of in the works, writing for and getting that stuff done. We've got a lot of time right now to do it, so that's unfolding. And as it as it unfolds, I'll be able to talk a lot more about that. But already working on a new Skip Junior Campbell record as well. So.
Jesus Christ. There's no rest for you.
That's right, man. I mean, it's what I love to do, and like I said, I'm not going to stop doing that. It's what keeps me.
You put out like fucking 3 EPs a year.
That's my goal. I try to hit the 3. I put out a full length this year as well.
That's right.
That was a bit of remastered compilation of stuff that I did over the last decade, and it kind of like alt country mix of these songs, and it was put together really well. I love the arrangements, and Rob White did a great job of remastering that stuff, and I love it. You can check that out on all the streaming services too. It's just a self-titled Skip Junior Campbell.
Skip Junior Campbell, fucking nice, buddy. That's awesome. Good for you. And you brought up an interesting point about how, you guys, you're turning down gigs, but you don't want to be those guys that like fucking. I'm curious to know what bars are asking all these bands to get back to playing again.
I'm not gonna do any. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but there's a bunch of them. I mean, bars are hurting right now, and that's another thing. I don't want to, to press that any more than it's already being pressed. I mean, their restaurants and stuff are hurting, and pubs are hurting, but we seem to be getting by pretty well in Regina. We've got a lot of great bands in Regina. There's a lot of great new bands and stuff that are looking to play shows and stuff. So, they're not starving for artists getting in there. It's just, I think for the most part, it's not necessarily being those guys. It's more like, let's take this time to work on new stuff and take advantage of it, because it's not going to, we're going to get back into playing shows again. I mean, we're not, this isn't the apocalypse.
Not yet.
Just let the doctors and the scientists do their thing and figure this thing out.
That's the best advice anybody could give about this whole fucking thing, is just shut up and just listen to the experts, man.
Man, I agree. It's crazy. Like these guys, these people dedicate their lives to medicine and studies and just let them do their thing.
Some asshole reads a meme on Facebook and now they're a fucking expert. It's like, are you?
Well, and as if freedoms are being taken away and shit. I mean, it's just driving me nuts. I don't really want to get into it because I'll probably get heated. But it drives me nuts, man. Your freedoms aren't being taken away. You got to wear a mask to go into a bloody grocery store for 30 minutes. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. I laugh at some of that shit. It's like, the world shut down the economy and put everybody in quarantine for so long just so you can wear a mask on your stupid, ugly fucking face.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Cover up the face and You know,
It's pretty badass in a mask, really. I don't know.
that's right. Yeah.
You could be a fucking ninja as an adult. It's fine,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
What's the problem with this? I don't know. I know that cases are coming again, and it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I don't know. It's a whole new fucking world, buddy.
It is, man. You know, and you got kids and stuff like that. I don't want
Yeah.
to bring them up in this, but like, you know, that's another thing. You know, you got kids going to school and stuff like that. It's probably you know,
Yeah, well,
a bit of a weird scenario for you.
Mine aren't school age yet, but
Okay.
next year my one will be for sure, and we're trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing.
Well, hopefully things will be figured out by then, and hopefully classroom sizes will be you know, smaller as well.
Who knows?
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, a lot can fucking happen in a year. Like I'm thinking about moving back to my hometown, maybe.
Okay.
To like move into my grandma's old house. It's just sitting there, you know. I want to go to
Where's that at?
Just in Milestone. It's only a half hour away. So it's
All
not far. But you know, I just like it'd be cool to get out of Regina for a while.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I feel you.
I miss the country.
Yeah, man, we got beautiful country here in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
People like to talk it down, but it's a beautiful place, man. It really is.
The air is different out there, as they say. It's true.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, and then just thinking about having, you know, as I turn to an old ass man and realize, you know, what do I want for my little guys and shit? It's like, well, I want them to kind of have the lay of the land like I did, you know. I want them to
absolutely
around and go.
Absolutely, I feel that.
Have a blast, right? Like fuck.
Yeah.
We'll see. More fun out there, I think. But we'll see.
Yeah, man. I mean, you get out to the country and stuff as much as you can. I was fortunate, you know, for my parents to have a cabin out at Madge Lake in Saskatchewan.
Well, you get
out there as much as possible. I get it, man. It's great.
Country as you get up there, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that would be fun, but I don't know. It just depends. Like the way these cases are going, we're just right now trying to keep everybody healthy and everything like that. Like my one little guy's got pretty bad asthma, so he's high risk, and it's just like,
absolutely, man. Yeah, you know, though. You know,
that's why I wear a mask. It's like I don't want to. Like my mom's got immune issues, and like my family, my sister, and shit's like I haven't seen them since all this shit began. Like aside from like them driving by or like standing on the fucking driveway and like talking.
Good for you, man. You know, I mean,
like,
I've seen.
Do it.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's really tough.
Yeah, it is. It sucks, but you know, we look at it. It's like, well, I can do it for a little bit yet, if it means that.
For sure.
If it's going to help somebody else potentially not get it the way it seems to be spreading fast, then whatever, you know.
Absolutely. Good on you, Joe. Good on you.
I'm rock solid. I don't fucking care. You can count on me to stay the hell away from people. No problem, Mr. President. Whatever you need. But it was good. I just been fucking hunkering down doing these all the time, so it works out.
Yeah, you're killing it, man. The show's doing great. I love listening to the stuff. It's a good time. So
I appreciate it.
Keep it up, man. It's what you're doing for artists and stuff is huge. So
that's all I care about, buddy, is trying to help as much as I can.
Hell yeah.
And now that's a lot of people now, which is good because I think everybody misses music. So if I can help in some way keep the spotlight on the musicians, especially from around here, like that's what I wish I had more musicians from here that I would talk to. You know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure these plugs will work better and better. You know, once you start getting them out and people start seeing them, man. Like local artists should be jumping on that stuff. So.
Yeah, that's all good. We'll get there. But, you know, like I said, I can put out one tweet on fucking Twitter and fill a month on one tweet from bands, but like from the States and UK and shit like that, right? It's like,
for sure, yeah.
But I want, you know.
You want to help out your local
guys, not, you know, and that's what I'm hoping to get with this partnership with Funky Miss Records I was telling you about their podcast, how, you know, if we kind of start like a circuit, where you come on my show and then the next week is theirs type thing, you know, keep it.
Absolutely.
Because they really want to focus on Canadian. And I said, well, that's great, you know, because I can get them a bunch, and especially from here and shit like that.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
So that's the goal right now. That's what we're working towards, and I'll keep doing everything else. But, you know,
Oh, yeah.
You take the last. No one wants to hear me fucking talk about myself. You take take the last bit of time here, buddy. Where can we support your music? What can we do to help you in this time, dude?
I mean, Bandcamp is always, the Venus Extraction .bandcamp.com is, where you can support, but you can find Skip Jr. Campbell on all the streaming services. You can find a lot more deeper cuts on Bandcamp, though, stuff that you won't find on the streaming services. All my releases from this year are all on Apple and Spotify and all that other stuff. Return of the Wolfman, self-titled Skip Jr. Campbell, and then the newest one, a few Unnatural Occurrences. Those are all on Apple and everything like that. And then you can find some deeper cuts on Bandcamp along with those albums if you want to purchase those albums. That's all on the Venus Extraction.bandcamp.com. That's where you can find that stuff.
And it's all good. And just so you guys know, it's all fucking worth your time and money, for God's sakes.
Thank you.
That's really good. Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out tonight to fucking talk to me, dude.
Joe, it's been a great time, and I appreciate you having me on the show. And I'm wholeheartedly looking forward to you having me back as well.
December.
All right, that sounds good. Maybe I'll have some more stuff for you by then.
We'll see. Another fucking EP. Do a Christmas EP.
I've thought about writing that kind of stuff, but I'm not
I'm not by any jingle means, bells.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe something funny, but I doubt it. Not this year, that's for sure.
Damn it. Next
not
year.
with everything else that's going on, but
next year, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, I want to do a thing in December. I just have buddies on, so I'd have you back in December for sure.
Cool, man. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, we'll talk, my friend. Well, thank you again, dude. I'll get this up there, and hopefully people start fucking loading up their virtual carts with all your wares, buddy.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Joe, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, brother. Take it easy. Have a good night, man.
You as well. Peace.